Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I have the update for my No Pan Left Behind project. So in No Pan Left Behind, you try and use every shadow that you have in your collection. This year I'm not really focusing on... What is this here doing? I'm focusing on that. This year I'm not really focusing on using all of the shadows in my collection. I let myself naturally gravitate towards whatever I want, and I'm taking into consideration at the end of the year what shadows I haven't used yet and if I really need those in my collection. So instead of forcing myself to use everything at least once, I'm just letting shadows not get used if I don't want to, and then maybe we can say goodbye to those shadows at the end of the year. Who knows? So this month we're doing purple, so I will put on the screen all of the months. You will see my little graph and it will get colored in. So I have all the colors of the rainbow. We're doing red, orange, yellow, light green, dark green, light blue, medium blue, I guess, for July, then very dark blue for August. And then this month we're doing purple. So September is purple. Honestly, October would have been a better month for purple, but it's just how the rainbow is. Purple for September. You see very few little squares getting colored in. I used 9 new eyeshadows this month, which is my lowest number yet. But like I said, I'm not forcing myself to use any shadows, so any use is good. And I'm gonna talk you through what shadows I have used this month, because there's so few. I just thought, let's dive into those specific shadows that I've used. So the first one is from a palette. Well, there's 3 that I used. So this is the Glam Lite Scooby Doo Raggy palette. This was in my Pamela's eyeshadows, or still is, so this might be a spoiler. I'm gonna briefly show it to you guys. And I used shadows 1, 4, and 8. So this is what mine looks like. I used 1, 4, and number 8. There was some use on, what are these? These 3 shadows. So there's still 4 shadows that have not been used, of which I think I could use this one because I really like that one. The others I don't really like. I'm on the fence about decluttering this and also its brother, the Creeps and Crawls one. Same as this, but purple and blue. I just don't use these palettes enough. The purple and blue one I only used 3 shadows out of, so that's even worse than this one. Yeah, I used 3 shadows out of this. Good, but it's mostly because they were in a project, with the exception of one that I just used in conjunction with whatever I was using. The other 2 shadows were like, I forced myself to use this because they were in a project. It was like, I have to use these. Didn't really care for them. So there's that. Then I used 1 Colourpop single in September. I did switch out my Panda palette shades, so we might get some new uses on shadows through that. If I use them, who knows. But the one shadow that I used this month was a glitter. I don't know, I feel like maybe I had used it before this year, but I'm not really sure. I didn't track it. So I used this glitter right here, and this is the Aura, the All Aura of something, that's what it's called, from the Aura Now palette. You can see there's barely anything. Or it's from the In a Trance palette. Maybe that's it. The like purple, light purple one. Whatever. It's almost gone, as you can see. I think I can finish this up this year. Who knows? But I used it on my nails. So there's that. I don't use the Colourpop glitters on my eyes. I have done in the past. I've also used them on my face. But when I use them now, it's most of the times on my nails, or if I have a festive occasion, I can put them in my hair. But This one I used on my nails. So that's one Colourpop single been used. Still have a lot of Colourpop singles that are untouched this year. And then sticking in the theme of singles, I also used 5 Glam Shop singles. So that is pretty good, actually. I'm over halfway done with using all of my Glam Shop singles. I have 17 more to use. I have a palette right here with Glam Shop singles. This is not all of them. I have more scattered around in other palettes. I couldn't tell you which 17 I still needed to use. Like, I have the names, but I don't really know which ones are which for most of these. My favorites I know, but most of them don't really know what they're called. So I couldn't tell you by looking at my spreadsheet and going, okay, I still need to use that one and that one and that one. But I just thought it was fun to see my Colourpop, my Glam Shop singles. So I still need to use 17 of those, which is a lot, but like I said, I'm over halfway done with using my Glam Shop singles. So I'm excited to see if I use them all this year. I think not, because looking into this palette already, I see a few that I just know that aren't favorites, so they might not get used. But again, I can use that for my end of year declutter, taking into account that I haven't used some shadows, so maybe it's time to let them go. And then that is all. That is all that I used this month, like new shadows, if you will. I used a lot more shadows. If you want to see more about that, I suggest go and look at my years of usage videos, because I talk about how many shadows I use and how many uses I got and pans and whatever. If you like that type of video, there's that on my channel. I will link it for you guys. It goes more into numbers, but this month I showed some shadows that I have over 25 uses on this year alone, so I thought that was fun. And if you don't want to watch that video, maybe go check out something else on my channel. There's more than enough. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. First of all, if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.